Dude, what do you think of that?
That's cool. The snow looks awesome on those cliffs. I mean, this would be a pretty spot any time of year, but with the snow, I think it's even cooler. So, Mike and I are working on breakfast. He's working on some Spam and eggs. I've got some sausage cooking right now, and I'll make some eggs to go with it as well. And man, the view that we have while we're cooking out that direction of all of those book cliffs in this canyon, that's about as good of a campsite cook view I've had in a very long time. It's absolutely stunning. The sun's starting to come in, which is nice. I think it's actually gonna be a little warmer today than it was yesterday. That'll be interesting, kind of see what that does with the trail. If we run anywhere where there's snow and it's gonna be warmer today, it might get pretty soft. We'll have to see, but should be a fun day out on the trail. So to start off today's adventure, we're gonna run up to the petroglyphs again really quick just to show those off to Mike. I thought they were really neat. They're not that far from where we were camping, so it just makes sense to run up there real quick, check those out. Then we'll be making our way down this canyon and up some additional canyons that I've never been in, so it should be really cool to be checking out and adventuring in some new places. Is it just like bragging? Like, this is the deer we saw? Is he just like, I'm a good artist?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it, hey, there's deer in a location and somehow this is like a map of some kind? Like, I don't know, you know? It's just super interesting. Like, clearly they're drawing deer. Why?
You see, like, this is clearly a snake,
Uh-huh.
antelope, this is either deer or elk. And I even think these might be elk and those are deer. I don't know.
Oh, maybe so, because this is definitely way smaller.
It's smaller, and then the antlers are different too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a different artist, I don't know, but it's really interesting to me. Few things have shaped the landscape of Utah as much as the Green River. From its headwaters in Wyoming to its confluence with the Colorado River in Canyonlands National Park, it cuts through some of the most beautiful and hostile terrain in Utah, providing life to all kinds of wildlife. I love that there are a few places like this one in Utah where you can drive right next to it and take in its beauty. interesting.
Yeah, I need at least a picture of that.
So apparently that's home of the Building Man Festival. I know nothing about it. Looks mostly like people building little, you know, some art installations as well as like fencing and just things like that out of what looks to be, you know, kind of like garbage and like recyclables and stuff, which is kind of interesting. So I'll have to do a little Googling on that and see if they have a website or something to check out more of later. Right now we're heading up Tusher Canyon, and man, this is really cool. It's definitely more interesting than the small amount of pavement that we were going to be driving down to connect to the road that we're on. Now this is kind of taking us away from where we were planning, but it will eventually loop back, so it's a longer route, but it's all off-road, which is what we want. And from looking at the maps, it looks like it might get us up on top of those book cliffs. I don't know. So if it does, we're definitely going to be going to check that out.
So we're making our way up the canyon, and literally feet off of the trail are these incredible rock formations where you can see water and wind has eroded out these little arches and pockets. There's actually a little cave right over on this side, and just over millions of years of erosion, you get something like this, and it's feet from the trail. Really awesome. We've got this spot here where it's kind of fallen out, and because of the hill you got to go a little off camber. Looks good. That line looks good. You can come driver a little, not much. Yep. Come driver a little. Yeah, that was a better line than I took.
Man, this trail is one of the main reasons if I see something that I want to check out, I just go and do it. Regardless if it was part of the plan, this is probably going to throw off really big what we were planning on doing today, but I don't care at all because this trail has been so cool. It's really, really pretty. It's narrow, it's windy. There's, you know, a few little G-outs and technical spots on it. It's been so much fun, and I wasn't even planning on hitting any portion of this today. So, you know, we'll probably have another 30 minutes to get out to the end, and then obviously it's going to be like a good another hour and a half back, and I have zero regrets because it's just so beautiful. It's awesome. Without a doubt, this is book cliff heaven. Despite having traveled thousands of miles worth of dirt roads and trails in Utah, I know I've barely scratched the surface. Even areas like this where I've spent a lot of time, I find little pockets of unexplored canyons with endless potential for exploration.
It was way higher up than I felt like from down there.
And there's Pam. It's also kind of crazy.
We just wrapped up lunch, and it took us about 2 to 2.5 hours to get down this trail. And we've done a little over 20 miles today. It was a lot slower moving than we were expecting. Really cool. There's that one area where it was really sight on the camera, it was kind of sliding out on us. I'm worried as it's getting warmer that's going to get softer, so that might be pretty tricky. We're going to start making our way back, see how long that takes, because there's another canyon I really want to go check out. Amazing to me just how desolate it is up here, and we've ran into multiple little sets of cows, and I have no idea what they are eating. I have no idea what they are drinking. It just seems like there's basically nothing up on top of these book cliffs, but apparently they're surviving.
Straighten out more. Yeah, just like that. Your back's gonna slide.
We're still like mid-level in these book cliffs cruising along, so out to the side you can see there's more cliffs, and then out to the other side are the drop downs off of the book cliffs. We're kind of on this little, table, I don't know what the right word is, but ledge area of it. It's quite big, a couple 100 yards wide,
and the trail is running along it. Off in the distance, I can see Green River and civilization off of that hill. And of course, that way, we've got all the incredible mountains. So I originally mapped for us to come up the canyon that's right here and then go down that one that's further down.
Right.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
I think it's going to get dark.
Yeah, that's what my worry is.
I think if we go to Horse Canyon, it'll be dark before we're done.
Okay.
So I would just, I mean, I don't know. It could be we're back in 10 minutes and then I'll feel slightly disappointed. But I think that if we go to Horse Canyon, we'll be driving in the dark.
Okay.
Which I don't see any point of.
I agree. Let's go down it. It's at least going to take 30 minutes or more, which is going to be putting us right as we're, it won't be dark yet, but it'll be getting dusk.
That's what I think. We've not been going fast.
Okay. 4:32. We're at the top of Cole Canyon. This was where I was actually originally planning coming up today, and then we were going to keep making our way east along these book cliffs. Now, our detour that we took that took us out over those plateaus looking out where we camped yesterday was incredible, but it took a really long time. It was like 2.5 hours in, about an hour and 45 minutes back. I filmed less, so that helps speed it up. Plus, after you know the terrain, you can kind of pick up the speed a little bit because you're not worried about, blind corners and stuff like that. This canyon, I have no idea what it's going to be like, so we've probably got an hour of like daylight left, but really 30 minutes of good light left. So we're going to head down it, hopefully get down to the bottom of it before it is too dark. But it looks windy. We've got to drop off of the top of these book cliffs. It should be really cool. As we weaved our way down Cole Canyon, I couldn't help but think about just how much I love this area. Green River, Utah, and the wilderness surrounding it are vastly unappreciated. It's desolate, unique, and beautiful. Its terrain keeps calling me back. With many more canyons and trails to explore, I can't wait to return. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and until next time, fill up on adventure gas and go explore some spur trails for me. Thanks for watching.